What's good, Commanders fans? Super quick video, as I already talked about Martavis Bryant yesterday, and then bringing him in for a workout. Some people said the workout was today. It looks like he impressed in the workout. He was with the Cowboys before and was released, so there is some familiarity there with Dan Quinn. And Dan Quinn just said in his presser that he looks like a linebacker playing receiver. Now, that's not always a good thing, in my opinion. It's not always a good thing. How fluid can he move, though? And he hasn't really played meaningful football since 2018 with the Raiders. Now, remember he got suspended. He reminds me of the whole Josh Gordon situation. And he's 6'4". How much is it? 6'4", 210, ran a 4.4 40-yard dash, was outstanding with the Steelers. And then 2015, he was suspended in the first 4 games due to violating the league substance abuse policy. So like I said, kind of similar to Josh Gordon. Then he got suspended for the whole 2016 season for, again, violating the league substance abuse policy. Now, that policy has changed since then, so he should be good to go for now. Do I think Martavis is going to make the roster? Do I think it's really necessary to sign him? It's kind of iffy, but I get it. They want a big body receiver. They want a guy that can go up and get it. He can still do that. Dan Quinn said Martavis Bryant's size and catch radius were factors into signing him. Quinn was with him in Dallas last year. Bryant was on the practice squad. That's per John Kahn, and we know that, and that's what Dan Quinn said in his presser. Now, you look at the wide receiver room. Jahan Dotson, a lot of people are down on him right now, but I'm still pretty high on him. Do I think Martavis is going to make the roster? I do not. Do I think he can make the practice squad again, just like he did in Dallas? Possibly. I think he can do that. But yeah, I mean, he's a guy that's just still trying to make a way in the league. I mean, you look at some of his stops, like he was cut by UFL teams and CFL, like XFL teams. And he was on the Edmonton Elks. The CFL announced that they had signed Martavis Bryant in 2022. Bryant was released by the Elks before training camp began. Then he signed with the Massachusetts Pirates in the Indoor Football League. So any league he could get in, almost like a flag football. Well, I'm not going to disrespect some of these leagues, but any league he could get in, he was trying to get into it and play football. And then he was on the Toronto Argonauts in 2021. He was placed on the suspended list in July 10th, 2021, after failing to report for training camp. So it's not like he hasn't tried. He's been trying to get on other teams. It just hasn't worked out. He was on the Vegas Vipers, played in 8 games, starting 6 with the Vipers, only catching 14 passes for 154 yards. So he couldn't even really light it up in the XFL either. So that's why I'm just not super high on the signing. I get it. We don't have a lot of big body guys. We don't have a lot of 6'4", 6'5" guys on the roster. So they're trying out to see what he can do in the red zone. Can he be a possession receiver? Can he move the chains? He was released on July 4th by the Cowboys. He signed a reserve future contract with the team on January 17th. And then on May 8th, the Cowboys released Martavis Bryant. But some of the notable things that he did his rookie year, he had a 94-yard touchdown catch and 8 touchdowns his rookie season. That's really good numbers. It's good numbers, like I said, but it's basically a decade ago. Literally 10 years ago, in 2014, he had 8 touchdowns and 26 catches in 2014. Like, basically, the majority of his receptions were touchdown catches. Out of the 26 catches he had his rookie year were 8 touchdowns. That's insane. That is insane. He was a touchdown machine. Basically anytime touchdown scorer. And then he had an 88-yard touchdown in 2015, his sophomore year, and 6 touchdowns, 765 yards and 50 catches. But this seems like ages ago. 2014, who was the quarterback on the Commanders or the Skins at the time in 2014? What was it, Kirk and RG3? 2017, 50 catches and 3 touchdowns, and then he got suspended in 2016. 2018 in Oakland, he played in 8 games, 19 catches, no touchdowns, and 266 yards. But he played in 15 games in 2017. So he still may be very talented, but it's just like the odds of him really making an impact are kind of slim, in my opinion. Like, and I said this yesterday in my video, if we had to keep a guy on the practice squad, is it rather between Martavis and Bryson Tremaine or Mitchell Tinsley? Like, if it came down to that, I'd probably just take a look at Mitchell Tinsley and just see what he can do, honestly, rather than see a guy that's been removed from the game for, since 2018, 6 years. So, but I am rooting for Martavis. I really am. And Brandon Ayuk is kind of a pipe dream. If we were going to bring in a receiver, I'd rather do something like that than bring in another guy that's possibly a camp body, even though we already have a lot of camp body guys on the roster. But it looks like they may have a plan for this guy, and they may have a plan to try him out there. And Jaden is a guy that can definitely get the football to him for sure. You see the pass to De'Ami Brown. I think he would have no problems getting the football down the field to Martavis Bryant, laying it right there in the bucket like he did for De'Ami Brown. So, like I said, we'll see what happens with Martavis. I'm rooting for the guy, kind of like a similar Josh Gordon situation there. So, but, you know, he's got to beat out a couple guys to even, you know, get considered to get that last spot, the last wide receiver spot. So, but they have not brought in another left tackle. They brought in Alex Taylor, and they have not even looked at Stephon Gilmore. Stephon Gilmore had a visit with the Vikings, I think yesterday, and left the visit unsigned, or maybe today. We'll monitor that situation, but I think kind of a Stephon Gilmore signing would be more reasonable, in my opinion, rather than signing Martavis Bryant. But like I said, I'm rooting for Martavis Bryant, and I'm excited to see him in the next preseason game. All right, they released Riley Patterson. I'll make this real quick. I'm sorry, no, they released Ramiz Ahmed, and they kept Riley Patterson, which I was surprised because Riley Patterson missed the kick, and Riley Patterson still may still not make the roster, but they released Ramiz Ahmed instead, and a guy who made the kick in the preseason. So that is a little odd to me, even though Ramiz Ahmed is not good. Either one of these guys are not good. They've both been, you know, doinking off the goalpost in practice. I think Riley Patterson's been doinking it off the goalpost from what I'm hearing, and they both went like 2 for 5, 3 for 5 the other day in practice. So both of these guys are very, 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 very shaky. Once you get past 35 yards, it's very shaky for either one of these guys. So, but you guys let me know what you guys think. I think they kind of cut the wrong guy. I mean, after him missing that kick in good weather in New York, where it was really, really good weather for that preseason game, I would have cut Riley Patterson instead for missing that kick. That's just my take on that. But you guys let me know what you guys think. Hello, Commanders. Peace.